Hey Leader Heyyy, welcome to Zibuyile Inkokheli, a platform for leaders who are living life one ordered step, sometimes giant leap at a time, quite literally. If you're new here, thank you so much for popping by. I hope you're going to enjoy this kind of content. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can be informed each time I upload a new video. We are still working on the consistency in these streets. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. I appreciate your support. So today we are starting, I don't know if I should put this under the umbrella of the Navigating Life series or if I should do it as a completely new one. I think let us call it something else. So today we are starting a new series called Doctoring. So I don't know if this is an actual term. I've never looked it up, but since I graduated, I've called this journey of me being a medical doctor and the process doctoring. So doctoring is the process of becoming and being and living life as a doctor. So I think it is fitting for me to call this series Doctoring. So everything under the playlist of Doctoring will be med school stories, internship stories, ComServe stories, life post ComServe, possibly into the future, life as a medical officer, registrar, specialist. I mean, the possibilities are endless. But basically, it is going to be everything that is related to my life as a doctor. So let us get into it. On my previous videos, I don't know what color journals I had. I've had the blue one. I don't know if I've had the black one or the white marbled one or the brown one. I have quite a number of journals, can you tell? But today I have this red one. It is the Moleskine or Moleskin that I bought in 2019 at Exclusive Books. It is quite an expensive purchase for a student, but I have no regrets whatsoever. It's a bullet journal, so it's like a dotted journal. And I found this when I went home in March. And looking back and reading through what was going on in my life in 2019, I think I have a few gems to share. 2019, by the way, I was a final year medical student at UCT. And interestingly enough, the scripture that the Lord gave to me for that year was Psalm 65, verse 11. I even wrote it here. Oh, man. Anyways, Psalm 65, 1 to 13 in the Good News Translation. It says, "O God, it is right for us to praise you in Zion and keep our promises to you because you answer prayers. People everywhere will come to you on account of their sins. Our faults defeat us, but you forgive them." Sure. Happy are those whom you choose, whom you bring to live in your sanctuary. We shall be satisfied with the good things of your house, the blessings of your sacred temple. You answer us by giving us victory, and you do wonderful things to save us. People all over the world and across the distant seas trust in you. You set the mountains in place by your strength, showing your mighty power. You calm the roar of the seas and the noise of the waves. You calm the uproar of the peoples. The whole world stands in awe of the great things that you have done. Your deeds bring shouts of joy from one end of the earth to the other. Interesting. So my theme for 2019, interestingly, was you crown the year with your goodness, or God crowns the year with his goodness, and his pots drip with abundance, based on Psalm 65. 2025. Which at the time I didn't realize what was lying ahead of me. But looking back, it makes so much sense. And on today's video, I want to speak directly to final year medical students, that is, student interns that are going to be medical interns in the year 2025. This video, I just want to talk about how I ended up, no, not how I ended up where I was for internship, but I want to walk you through my thought process regarding my application on the ICSP portal and how I came about choosing my internship hospital or facility. Although, yeah, I did not get what I wanted. But I'm hoping that this is going to help you answer a few questions. I'm going to preface this by saying that when the year started, I had failed a module the previous year, which was fine, fifth year. I had failed neurosurgery. If you know me, I'm not a surgeon at heart, let alone a neurosurgeon. A lot was going on, man, in 2018, but I ended up failing neurosurgery and I had to redo the course. So instead of, it's a whole long story. I'm going to talk about that, I think, in a separate video because that's not the point. But when the year started, I started off the year without a clinical partner. If you're a medic, you will know that life with a clinical partner is way much better than doing life alone. So in 2019, I did medicine and medical school by my lonesome self, which was hard as it is. And then the question that I dreaded the most was, so where are you going to apply for internship? And I dreaded this question because I felt like people wanted like a on the spot answer. They were not willing to hear the backstory. And number two, what I thought I wanted was clearly not what God wanted for me. Disclaimer, in as much as the information I'm going to be sharing regarding how I went about navigating choosing my facility for internship, this video is going to be from a Christian's perspective. It's going to benefit everyone, but I am speaking from my experience. And the whole basis of this channel, even the tagline of this channel, is Zibuyile Nkokeli, one ordered step, sometimes giant leap at a time. And those steps are being ordered by God. So I'm going to make reference to a lot of what God said and didn't say. So when I came to Cape Town against my own will, I had nothing against Cape Town. I really didn't want to come to Cape Town. I had no reason. Didn't even apply to come to UCT. That's a story for another day. But I ended up doing 1 year of BSc at Rhodes, and I landed at UCT the following year. If you'd like to hear that story, please do let me know, and I'll do a story time. However, when I moved to Cape Town, I had decided that I am going to spend here 6 years, no more, no less. After that, I am packing my bags and I'm going to East London to do internship. And I had decided, I was fully decided. And that was the plan until January 2019 when I was doing neurosurgery, the repeat module. And one of the mornings when I woke up, God was like, I hear you saying that you're going to East London, because like it was a rote answer. Everybody that would ask me in fifth year would ask, and I would, without flinching, say I'm going to East London, like the East London complex. And it was like a rehearsed answer. I had programmed my mind to it. I had already locked in on going to East London. And one morning in January, while I was getting ready to go to class, neurosurgery class, I'll talk about that experience later, but The Lord was like, so morning devotions, getting ready and stuff. The Lord was like, I hear you are saying you're going to East London. Ne, ndiyakuva, like ndiyakuva. But this is not a conversation that we had. And that is not what I said you should do. And I was like, what? I was like, what? Excuse me? Please say that again. And with me, like when I say I said that, I said it audibly. I was in my room. I remember I lived in Up Square. I said it audibly as I was getting dressed. I was like, Njaniga logo. And I listed all of the things. I was like, Njaniga logo, because Galogo, when I came to Cape Town, I had made it clear that I am only spending 6 years. And for that matter, I am not going to form any relationships so that I don't even get attached to Cape Town. I am not. And funny next is with Tikapa. The only thing is with Tikapa is my degree. And God was like, go to class, we'll talk about it later. I went to class. It was literally like having a conversation. It is. I went to class, came back. When I tell you that day, I was not happy the whole day because I was thinking about this because I knew that I was going to go home and this conversation needed to be finished. And it took a couple of weeks. God didn't say where I was going. He just said that not East London. And I was stressed because people were asking and my answer was, I don't know. It changed from the automated response of East London to I don't know. And there was a particular song that I listened to every single day for 3 months straight. One thing about me, in specific seasons, there are going to be songs and scriptures for that season. And I'm going to listen and read and listen to that song until the artist tells me that their vocal cords are tired. So I listened to that particular song for 3 months straight. But it was around the 2 mark point when so this, because I was avoiding having this conversation so much for fear of, because I already knew that the answer was not East London, but I was scared of what the answer would be. Although I was not sure what the answer would be, but I was very scared of it. So I became such an anxious ball. The fact that I was already having quite a time navigating life as a final year medic without a clinical partner, and trying to still graduate on record time. I was already anxious about this, which is life beyond 2019. And anxious to a point whereby I was doing acute care medicine, which is like emergency medicine at New Somerset Hospital. And I collapsed. And I found myself in a resus bed. I'll talk about that some other time because I collapsed probably 3 times, 4 times that year because of how anxious I had become, to a point of struggling to eat, struggling to sleep, you name it. And when did the anxiety stop? The anxiety stopped when I actually brought myself to sit down and listen to what God said, as I could have saved myself so much distress. So God was like, I want you to stay in Cape Town. I was like, no, sir. Teta enye into, like, try again, like, say something else. Maybe I'll be amenable to that one. And he was like, I want you to stay in Cape Town. I was like, there's nothing for me here. He was like, I want you to stay in Cape Town. I was like, there's nothing for me here. Not in Cape Town. At least not in Cape Town. Tell me to go to a different province at least. Even a different city for that matter. Not Cape Town. And he was like, I said what I said and I'm not changing my mind. So that's when I started making a list of, I'm going to flip this page so you don't see because this has got other things. But this is my internship, how I came about the decision as to how and where I was going to do internship and narrowing down my options. So I had a few questions that I asked myself, and perhaps this is going to help you decide and make your choice. The first thing And this was after much prayer and consultation with God, because He was like, I want you in Cape Town, but then there was the limitation of the number of hospitals you can apply in. So, as far as I know, with ICSP, which is the application portal for placements for healthcare professionals once they graduate, this year there's the first option, which is the 311 option, meaning that you get three options in province one option in province two, and one option in province three. And as far as I know, you can only apply to one metropole. I'm not sure if that has changed. Please follow JUDASA Sama for updates. And then the second option is the 221. So you have total of 5 choices. So the second option is 221, just 2 options in province one, 2 options in province two, and 1 option in province three. I'm not sure if you can split your options amongst 5 provinces, but I'm aware of these 2 options and the fact that you cannot choose 2 metropoles. I'm not sure if that's still a restriction, but that was a restriction at our time. I stand to be corrected. So I'm just going to go through the list of questions that I asked myself when I came to choosing my internship placement. Not choosing, narrowing down the list of places to apply to, because I got the option, but I ended up being placed somewhere else. That is another story time. So the first question was, which people do I see myself serving? And this was mostly demographics based. In terms of rural versus urban, because in as much as God had said He wants me in Cape Town, He didn't say within the Cape Town CBD. So it was a question of which people do I see myself serving? Am I a rural or city girl? And I don't want to, like, deep down, I have, like, I'm very passionate about the underprivileged and under-resourced community. So that was part of the consideration. And then the second one, which was a non-entity at the end, but yeah, where am I most happy? I was not happy in Cape Town, but that was the second one on the list. Third one, which teaching program am I interested in? So in terms of academics, if you want to go into like the specialties and things like that, are you a surgeon at heart? Do you want to be an OBGYN? Do you want to specialize? Do you not want to specialize? Do you want a teaching facility? Do you want a more practical facility? Do you want, like, yeah, so that was the third one. And then the fourth one was, does the hospital have a proper DQ, or is there accommodation options that are safe within the vicinity and close to the hospital? This one was important because at the time I did not have a car, and I was not planning on getting a car like soon. So that was the next one. It didn't matter even get like at the end because of where I ended up being placed. And then number 5 was, what is the social scene around there? This for me was a tricky one because I was asking questions about the social scene, but I was a total hermit. Like, I never went out for any of the end of block activities that are going around. I never went out for dinners. But I needed to know in case I needed the support socially during internship. And nobody knew that the pandemic was coming. So I was already, And then the sixth one, which was important, was, can I see myself anywhere else but there? These questions can, like, I think hindsight is a good teacher, because in hindsight, even the list of questions for me, I would have changed, even the order of those questions. Also, last year I hosted a webinar for interns, and no, it was for ComServes, where I shared my internship journey and all of that. So perhaps I might do that. If you're interested in that, please let me know. I don't mind hosting another webinar. Could be for final year medical students. It could be for interns. It could be for ComServes. But I'm planning on doing like a whole series on YouTube as well. Anyways, Can I see myself anywhere else but there? Did I see myself in Cape Town? Nah. And then the seventh one, which was like glaring at me, probably should have been the first. And the seventh one was, will it challenge and help me grow? And when I wrote this, I did not know what it meant, but I wrote it down. And man, did it challenge me, and man, did I grow. And then number 8, does the hospital have a good balance between teaching and independence? Very important, especially if you are looking into um, specializing and getting your diplomas during and after conserve and things like that for experience and whatnot. If you're very nonchalant about medicine, then this question probably does not matter much to you. It won't matter much to you. But also, you want a good balance between independence and being like micromanaged because, in as much as you're an intern, you also want to be prepared for ComServe. So you want to have some level of reassurance and confidence by the time that you finish internship that man, actually you're going to be okay for ComServe. And then 9, is it in a safe area? This is relative. For me, safety was not really, it was more related to where I'm going to stay more than work because like I said, I didn't have a car at the time, and yeah, safety was important, and also traveling and all of that, like easy access to transportation and things like that. And I feel like had I been placed somewhere else outside of Cape Town, I probably would have had to get a car sooner. And then number 10, it was God's will above all else, my heart's desires, but his will, which should have been like the basis of everything. So the other thing I did was I had a star rating. So I listed the 5 hospital options that I thought of, and I included Cape Town in them. I only had one Cape Town hospital. It was either that or not. And then I had 3 Eastern Cape ones actually, and 1 KZN. So I had Western Cape, 3 Eastern Cape, and 1 KZN. And then I had a star rating. So the categories that I had was teaching and supervision, accommodation, social scene and support, and safety. And then for each hospital, I rated it. So I would give a rating for teaching and supervision. So this is also with research. So the ratings I did after I researched about these facilities. So I would rate it out of 5. How good is the teaching and supervision there? And then a hospital would get like 3 stars or 2 stars or 5 stars, depending on the reviews I got. And then social scene and support. Social scene and support, some hospitals and complexes are like 5 stars in terms of that. I know the PMB complex is 5 stars when it comes to social scene and support. And then safety, some hospitals got 1 star, some got 2. And then accommodation was also important because I did not want to be miserable as an intern at work and then come home to misery as well. So that's that. There's so much more that I can share regarding choosing a placement for internship. Um, so if you've got any particular questions, please do let me know, and then I'll try to answer those. But those are just like a few nuggets. But from a medical officer, independent practitioner, speaking to a final year student, listen, you might feel like you are thinking and your head is under the water, but let me reassure you, you know a whole lot more than you think you know. You if you've been attending clinics and doing the work, in as much as internship feels like you're thrown in the deep, but you are well able. You've gotten this far, you've earned it, you really have. So please do seek out support. early. I'm probably going to do a things I wish I knew before leaving medical school series. Maybe I should do that. But if you feel like you are struggling, speak up early. If you need someone to hold your hand, someone to listen as you rant about clinics, as you rant about theater, as you rant about end of block, as you rant about anything, feel free to pop me a message. I will listen. I might not have solutions for you, but um, most of the experiences that we go through in internship, they are not, it's someone somewhere has probably gone through it. Might be in a different way from you, but chances are someone might have. So with that said, this is the first video of our doctoring series, Internship Placement Selection Edition. If you enjoyed this video, or if you are a student intern that is going to be a medical intern in the year 2025, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with someone that you think will find it helpful. Or if you're a high school student thinking about medicine, welcome. I'm glad you're thinking about medicine. I'm hoping that this video is going to help you it's going to help open up your eyes to the things that are hardly spoken about in terms of doctoring and life as a doctor. For everyone else that is not in the medical fraternity but took the time out to watch and listen, thank you so much. Truly, truly appreciate you. And as you do life and lead, please make sure that you listen to what God wants you to do with your life. You were created for Him, by Him, for His pleasure and glory. Anyways, bye.